should you date girls as a young guy? Whether you're in high school, you're in college, university, or maybe you're already working. The short answer is no, guys. As a young man, you should not be dating girls, when you're young. At least until you're around 30 years old, you shouldn't be doing this, alright? Now, when I say date, right, I mean having LTRs, long-term relationships, focusing on one girl, and just having a girlfriend. That's what I mean by date. You shouldn't be doing this, alright, guys? Because here's the thing: there are a couple reasons why. Number one is that as a young guy, you don't really have much worth. I've said this before many times. You're very low on the scale of worth in a lot of attributes, financially, experience wise. You still have a lot of life experience to go through. Physically, you're probably not there yet. I know I'm not there yet. I want to get bigger. I want to clear up my acne a lot more. Dress better. All these things, right, guys? So you're not there. As a young guy. So you got to be focusing on working on that, right? Now that you're young. And these are the years, guys, where you're gonna build your foundation. I've started improving since I was 13 years old. You could start even earlier, and then that, you could start doing things like learning languages, learning how to play chess, building yourself up mentally, but playing a sport, which is gonna help your cardiovascular system, right? Not really maybe build much muscle if you're like 11 or 12 years old, but you can start leveling up really at that age, and then in your teen years, start lifting, start learning how to fight, all these things, right, guys? So now is the time where you build your foundation, all right, guys? You build your foundation, you work hard, you chase excellence, right? Here's the thing with being selfish, all right, guys? If you really want to be someone in life, you really want to focus and you really have big dreams, you need to be very selfish with your time, all right, guys? Because nobody's going to do it for you. People might care about you. People might say, oh, yeah, I hope the best for you. Nobody cares enough about you, and nobody's going to do it for you. Nobody really gives a shit, okay? All the responsibility falls on you. So you need to be investing as much time as possible into working on yourself. So that one day, as you have your foundation built and grow, you go mid-20s, to your 30, let's say you've achieved a lot of things. Guys, if you put in the work now, that you're like 18 years old, let's say I'm 18, imagine when you reach 28. That's 10 years, guys. 10 years of, unfortunately a failure every now and then, a lot of hard lessons learned, but a lot of success, a lot of growth, a lot of wins, a lot of money made, a lot of knowledge and experience gained, right? A lot of physical progress, right? So you're going to be really up there if you put in the work now. But that's the problem with dating, is that when you go on a date, that takes time, you got to take the girl out every now and then. You got to spend time with her at your place. This is all time, guys, that is wasted, because at the end of the day, it leads to nothing. And that's the second reason why you shouldn't date girls when you're young. Look, guys, we're here to have kids, alright? I've said this before, we're here to have kids. The goal at the end of the day is to find a woman or a couple women that you're going to eventually make the mother of your kids. Now, obviously, that's a very important decision they're going to have to make. There are a lot of things you need to consider. You can't just go out there and knocking up any girl. You got to really analyze the situation well and then choose appropriately, right? But still, that's the end goal, right? So if you're just dating this girl and you're fucking 18, you're 17, you're 16, you're 15 years old, that's not gonna be the mother of your kids. She's probably just some chick you saw in your high school you thought was hot, and now you're dating, right? So that's the main goal, like I said. So no, you shouldn't be doing it, alright, guys? These really you should not be dating girls when you're young, okay? It takes time, it's time that you should be spending on yourself, and it's pointless because it leads to nothing at the end. Right now that you're young, the only type of strategy that you should be using should be this one. It's called the EE method. And it's got two more E's at the end. Just Enrique is a trademark. It's called ejaculate and evacuate. Right, guys? That's what you need to be doing when you're a young guy. Now, when I say ejaculate, unless, she's on some kind of birth control, and you know that she's been tested and she's clean and she's not sleeping with other guys, that way you don't catch a disease, you're not going to be nutting inside of her. At least not in her pussy, maybe in her ass or her mouth. That's good. But you get what I mean, right? You fuck her and then you leave. That's it, right, guys? Have fun every now and then, Don't date girls because it takes time, Now you're young, it's easy to get, if you're working on yourself, it's pretty easy to get girls, pretty easy to, get their attention, right? Just get them every now and then, and that's it, Definitely don't date girls and don't make them a priority right now, right, guys? Because a lot of times you can get lost, You can get lost with lust and sex, whether it be watching porn, which, isn't sex, but it's kind of lust, basically, because you're just, watching people fuck, or whether it be when you're actually fucking girls, right? if you're not strong up here, you know, and you don't realize what's really important, and you're thinking with the head down there instead of this one, you're gonna lose yourself, and you're gonna start making them the priority, and they're not the priority. Because guess what, guys? They may give you pleasure, they may give you blowjobs, but they're not gonna give you the results you want in life. They're not gonna give you the success. Okay, guys. So it's really pointless, you know. You're young now, you know, young, dumb, full of cum. I get it. You know, maybe there's a pretty girl you want to fuck and want to make a girlfriend, but no, guys, that is not what you need to be doing right now. Right now, you need to be going out there, chasing excellence, working on yourself. You're going to get a failure every now and then. You're going to learn from that, become a stronger, harder man, learn valuable lessons, and just going out there and building yourself up. And then one day, once you're on 30, right, once you're older, don't have kids when you're young. I made a video about that recently. Once you're older, then it will be time to focus on having kids, right, guys, and dating girls. But now it's not the time. So, if you're a young guy, don't date girls. Just ejaculate and then evacuate.